Hello, hello, Sir David the Bard and Cockroach Disability. I'm doing a new video because Shirley with the Bountiful City Electric Company said, go ahead and do your video. And okay, no problem, we're in agreement. And Shirley, you're now famous. And the 5 people who work in the Bountiful City Hall Electric Department are now famous. You've worked hard. You've worked hard to get on Cockroach Disability and Sir David the Bard. There's now somewhere around 3 or 4 million people that I talk to and who have been on. Here's the situation, and I want to be fair. That's the way Cockroach and Sir David the Bard is. We have had electricity with your company for 17 years. We're not babes in the woods. We're not a brand new couple, Mercy and I, that just moved in and wanted to start electricity with Bountiful City. And the electricity has been in Mercy's name for over 17 years. I think going on 18 years. And we've paid on time. We've never been late. And we've never had our electricity turned off. And we've been, I think, reasonable customers, and you've provided the service. We've only had outages, maybe once or twice for 20 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. Somebody evidently ran into a telephone pole, I don't know. But we've paid on time, and your contract basically has provided us electricity. Great, great. Until 20 minutes ago, now it's not great, and I'm going to let the public know. There are 5 people who service in the Bountiful City Hall, the electric department. Shirley, I guess, is the head of it, because when I asked Shirley who the person was that let us change our electricity in the last 2 weeks, after 17 years, Shirley won't give me her name. They've circled the wagons. Shirley is protecting the electric company 5 employees that I simply wanted the name. The name of the person who I talked to and changed my electricity over. That's a Mormon secret. That's a Mormon company. Okay, I don't have a big problem with that. They do. Now, I have been waiting over 6 months to change our electricity to an equal pay program. So sometimes we don't get a $200 bill, and sometimes the bill is $60. We wanted to be able to equal pay. That's fair. I followed their rules and I followed their regulations. I was told we had to wait 12 months, which we've had 17 years, but their rule is 12 months. Only in August can we choose to go on equal pay. That's the rule. And boy, you don't break the Mormon rule. You don't break the Bountiful City Hall Electric Company rule. This is the way it is, and goddamn, it ain't gonna change under any circumstances. Well, I wonder if that's still gonna be true. It might be. They have every right to make their rules, their policies, their procedures. I have to follow them. Now, I have 2 master's degrees. That doesn't mean shit It doesn't mean I went to school. It doesn't mean I have a little bit of an education. I'm 75 years old. I've lived here for 18 years, and I've dealt with Bountiful City Electric Company. Does that mean I'm smarter than anybody else? Not really. No. Would it be that I'm just a really dumb person, uneducated, white trash, that I knew that when I changed the electricity over into my name, the kind person, which is unnamed, Shirley, is basically saying, I know who did it, but I'm not going to tell you. Why? Why isn't that public information? They work for the public, the electric department. Why can't I have the name of the person that I talked with that changed my electricity that I asked for 2 weeks ago? It's a secret. It's a covenant. You probably took an oath in the Mormon temple to cut your throat, to cut out your bowels. And health in the navel, marrow in the bones, strength in the loins and in the sinews, power in the priesthood be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout eternity. I guess I just made that up. That's just something that I've been sitting around the house and going, well, I think I'm going to make up a saying. I want to be honest. And you know what? I am honest. I've been honest for 75 damn years upon this planet. I've had to deal with human beings. Oh, we all make mistakes. Oh, we're only human. Yeah, they are. They are. And they're not going to give me the names of their friends that they work with that screwed up. Screwed up. Now, everybody in Bountiful, I think I forget, 265 countries that I go to that have looked at my Sir David the Bard, and now I have the cockroach disability, helping handicapped people. I have a license from Bountiful City. They did a good job. They took my information, didn't hassle me at all, gave me all of the facts. All of the facts, because I generally don't make mistakes. I do my homework. I ask for the rules and the regulations. I want to be a reasonable person in this society. I don't want to be adversarial. I don't want to be controversial. I want to be a good human being following the rules and the regulations of every company and every person who provides me services, plumbers, electricians, HOA, the city license department. I've followed all of that. I've never had a complaint of being oppositional, defiant, white trash, stupid. No one has ever accused me of that in 75 years. Now the Bountiful City Electric Department goes, you're an idiot. You're an asshole. We told you that you were never going to get on equal pay if you changed from 17 years in your wife's name to 2 weeks in your name. Now, I know you've been waiting 6 or 8 months to get equal pay, but you screwed up, David. You had that information from us, and you're just an asshole. You're an idiot. You don't have the ability to do your homework. You knew from us that you were going to lose the possibility of equal pay. You gotta wait a whole year now. And I said, gee, with that information, and I've wanted equal pay for 6 or 7 months, and I have been a good boy. I haven't made any kind of a dispute. Those are your rules, those are your regulations. I'm gonna obey. I'm not gonna bow my head and say yes like your temple ordinance made me do for over 50 years of my life living in this body. You want me to bow my head and say yes. I'm giving you the cockroach disability sign language for deaf people. Shirley, your people screwed up. Shirley, who works as the manager of these people, your people weren't trained properly. Shirley, your people screwed up. Shirley, you're protecting an employee who is a fool. Yeah, I can say that. Your employee, and the records will show, but you won't give me the records, but the records are there, who changed my electricity over and gave me that information that, David, you're going to screw up your ability to go on an equal payment plan. And I said, gee, I'm white trash. Gee, I'm stupid. Gee, my IQ hangs right around 86, maybe 85, and I don't have enough IQ or common sense to take the facts that you gave me and go, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and change the electricity from my wife's name of 17 years with you guys, and I've been paying that electric bill for 17 years. It just happens to be in her name. So I have that information that I'm going to really screw myself up. I'm not going to say fuck myself up. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube anymore. I've been with them 11 years, and they have new rules and regulations and whatever. But I screwed myself up. You gave me all the information. You were capable. You were competent. You were trained. And you deal with the public all the time. And I'm the public. And I said, well, I've been waiting for equal pay. I want to obey your rules. But Espion told me that sometimes electric utilities can be used to boost my FICA score. So I said, that's a good deal. But I had full knowledge that I wasn't going to go on equal pay changing the electric bill into my name, because that's the way it is in Utah. We have rules, we have regulations, and you are not going to challenge what we say and what we do. We told you all the facts, and you're stupid. You changed it into your name, and now you put yourself off 24 months from being able to have an equal pay program with Bountiful City Power. Shirley, everybody knows now that you, and I think 4 other people, you wouldn't give me the name. You're protecting the employee who was a stupid person. Didn't have the proper training. Didn't have the common sense to say, oh, you're going to screw up your equal pay time. They didn't say that to the cockroach. They didn't tell me. They screwed up. You, Shirley, being in charge of that department, being the manager, the person who knows everything, the person who helped make those rules, perhaps, and regulations, even if you didn't make them, you're going to enforce them. That's the way it is. Now, everybody knows how the 5 people in the Bountiful City Electric Department treat people. Does it have anything to do with me being handicapped? Not really. No, you're 2 doors down from the district attorney. He knows somewhat. I've dealt with him with ADA law. He seems to be a reasonable person. I asked for a reasonable accommodation when the parade blocked my exit, that if I needed to go to the hospital, I couldn't get out in my car to go to the hospital. And I asked for a reasonable accommodation to make sure that I can get to a hospital if I have a session or some kind of a disability reaction. He refused my accommodation in writing, which that's the way it should be. High-class people who know ADA law put it in writing. The law doesn't require it to be put in writing, but he's a smart dude. He knows that he could refuse it, but that I had to be able to get to a hospital. That was lawful. Bountiful City and their lawyer, their district attorney, said, basically, we're going to refuse that, but we're going to make sure that you can get to a hospital. That's legal. That's 100% legal, and I compliment the city of Bountiful for having some intelligent employees. Now, whether that spills into the electric company department, you decide. I'm just making a simple video. I'm just telling the damn truth, how I was just treated 45 minutes ago. And I said to Shirley, is it okay if I use your name? Oh, yeah. She was stupid. I can see why the department's a little bit stupid. It's a bunch of girls. So far, I've never talked to any males in the electric department, so it appears to be a female department, and females cover each other's ass. You can't have the name of the person who didn't tell you all the facts. I'm covering it for her. You're the idiot. You're the one now that put yourself in this position because you knew. She told you it was going to be another year off, and you decided, because you're stupid, but you do have 2 master's degrees, and you are 75 years old, and you have dealt with us for 17 years, you are the stupid one. We're trained. We know what to do. We told you. Let this video speak for itself. Do you think they told me? Do you think I was that stupid? Do you think that I don't have enough IQ or education to go, oh, I'm going to screw myself up? But it's okay. I just want to screw myself up. If you believe that, that's your privilege. That's your privilege. Or you can say, gee, we know the Bard, and we know the cockroach, and maybe the Bountiful City people in the electric department didn't treat him properly. They didn't give him all the facts. They're being a bully. A bully. You bow your head and say yes. We are in charge of this department. You screwed up. And if you want electricity, you better shut your damn mouth. We're a public utility. We don't have to answer to anybody, especially the cockroach or Sir David the Bard. I think there's probably going to be some people that are going to ask their AI, what is the phone number of Bountiful City Hall? Could I talk, please, to the electric department? And Shirley, may I have Shirley's extension? And they may go, Shirley, you know, I've seen the Bard's cockroach video. I think if I needed electricity, I wouldn't deal with you. He's trapped. He lives in Bountiful City. You have power, Mormon power over Cockroach and Sir David the Bard. And you're going to bully him, and you're not going to change your policies and your procedures. You're never going to say in a million years, as a Mormon, we made a mistake. Mormons never make mistakes. And when they do, the other Mormons go, no, Shirley didn't make a mistake. Shirley didn't train her people well. And Shirley has the right to protect that employee. That employee is probably her sister-in-law, her mother, her Relief Society president. Welcome to Utah. Welcome to Utah. Welcome to Mormon Utah. We can treat you any way we want. And we're not going to change. We're never going to say we were wrong. We're never going to say, well, Cockroach, we didn't tell you the whole truth, nothing but the truth. We say in Utah, our mouths always say the right thing. But look at our behavior. That is what Utah, the Mormon culture, the cult is all about. They're in charge. They're going to tell you how you're going to get electricity. They're going to tell you what the rules are. But they don't tell you all the rules. And when they screw up, they go, we didn't screw up. Look at the behavior. Call Bountiful City Hall. Ask for Shirley in the electric department and simply say, did you tell the Bard and the Cockroach all of the rules? And he's really that stupid. He's just a stupid human being. He doesn't know how to speak. He doesn't have any college education. He's 75 and he's a stupid man. He doesn't have the ability to understand what he was doing. And you told him that he insisted on being an asshole. He insisted on being an asshole. You're not the asshole, and we understand. You had every right to treat him the way you did and screw the Cockroach. We agree with you. Bountiful City Hall Electric Company, the 5 little gals that worked together that didn't say all the things that the Bard needed to know before he was so stupid to change the electric bill of 17 years from Mercy, his wife, to his name. He was a stupid person. You're good people. You did the right thing. You treated a citizen, doesn't matter that I'm handicapped, had nothing to do with being handicapped. It's a little inconvenient. It's inconvenient because I don't get to have equal pay. And Shirley made up an equal pay program for me. It's not with the Bountiful City Electric Company. I disqualified myself from that. But Shirley wanted to save my ass. And she said, well, why don't you just put... Here's the solution. The Mormon solution in Utah. Why don't you, and I'm going to say cookie jar. She never said cookie jar. But she did say, why don't you just go ahead and put an equal amount of money in the savings, or I'm saying cookie jar, and then when we send you a bill, just send that money to us. That's how Shirley has basically said, you're on your own equal pay program. You're not qualified for the Bountiful City Hall Electric Company program. You can make your own program up because you're so stupid. You put yourself in that situation. It's not our fault. We told you everything. all of the facts that when you change it over into your name, you have to wait 12 months to be able to be qualified. And you said, nah, I just want to be stupid. I just want to be an ignoramus. I want to be a moron. I want to be oppositional and defiant. I just have an attitude problem. Damn. Oh, Utah, the Mormons, the way Utah does business. Bow your head and say yes. And David, when you went to the temple, you promised to cut your throat. You promised under the penalties of death. I have to live in this group of human beings. I chose to live in Utah. I chose to be ruled by the Mormon population, and I have been told you will bow your head and say yes. Every knee will bend. Every tongue will confess. You will be honest. We don't have to be honest. We don't have to be kind. We don't have to be patient and understanding. We don't have to accommodate the public. The public is ruled by us. His air conditioning is on right now, and his video camera and his Wi-Fi is coming from our electricity. If he doesn't like it, he can turn it off. He can be in 110 degrees. He can turn off his Wi-Fi. He can't watch his TV anymore. And his thermostat, which is Wi-Fi controlled, will not give any heat. And his AC will not work. We're going to turn it off because he's stupid. And he won't accept our rules and our regulations. We're in charge of everybody who is under our electric grid. And they either bow their head and say yes, and it doesn't matter that they know health in the navel, marrow in the bones, strength in the loins, and in the sinews, power in the priesthood be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. It doesn't matter that he was a Mormon for 50 years and resigned. Said, you know, I don't want to be with these people. I don't believe their doctrine. I think they're bullies. I think they're taking advantage of me. And you know what? We've been doing this for years and years and years. And the internet and YouTube and his AI system didn't exist when we started treating people this way. So screw them. They follow what we say, and we're not going to change. Now Wi-Fi, video cameras, AI systems are saying, maybe we need to change our policies and our procedures to be kind, to be Christ-like, to be transparent, to be honest in our business dealings. Is that one of the temple interview questions, to be honest in your business dealing with your fellow men? Yeah, it still is. AI says it still is. You can't hide anymore. You can't hide deception, incompetence, treating people like peasants. That you're in charge and the rest of the population is going to conform to your policies and your procedures, and you have always made them bow their head and say yes, and you're still going to do it. Let's see. Let's see if YouTube and the people who see it in Bountiful and the people who now know Shirley and Shirley is now famous. Not in a good way. Not in a good way. I simply said to Shirley, tell me who the person was that changed my electricity over that I talked to, and Shirley said, no, no. The Mormons love that word. The Mormons, no. And the bard and the cockroach go, well, we all have to accept the consequences of how we treat other people. I was polite. I wasn't confrontational. I didn't yell and scream. I record all of my phone calls. Shirley, you're famous because I can prove basically what you said and how you said it. You weren't rude. No, you weren't rude to me. You were oppositional. Defiant, that's probably too strong of a word. You weren't defiant, but you were more than firm. We've been doing this all our life, and you're not going to change it. Well, I'm not. I'm not. YouTube, AI, they may have you change it. The way you treated me, I've reported. If the public thinks that's a good way to treat people, and they certainly told him all the facts, and he certainly is a stupid man, he made the decision to change, even with all the facts we told him. We told him everything. We're not at fault here at all. He is going to bow his head and say yes, and the second token of the Melchizedek priesthood in the temple has nothing to do with us. Nothing to do. Our religion has nothing to do with the way we're treating this human being. So, Shirley, you're famous. I'm not famous. I'm just an ordinary old man sitting in a lounge chair, and I'm going to thank you. The electricity, the lighting for my camera, the ceiling fan that's keeping me cool, the air conditioning that is on. And yes, you've had a 15% increased charge to me, but that's not the electric company's employees over in City Hall's fault. I'm not blaming them. My electric bill can be sometimes over $200. I'm done. The ball now is bouncing. I'm not going to say the ball is now in the City Hall's court. It's not. I just have a right to tell the world how I've been treated. And if the world thinks I am being unreasonable, I'm being oppositional, I'm being defiant, I'm a rebel without a cause. That's an old 75-year-old man, rebel without a cause. It used to be a TV show. If I've committed slander, if I've committed libel, your attorney is going to tell you. You can take this video over to the Bountiful City Hall attorney and say, can he do this? And your attorney is going to say, yeah, he can do this. He can use my name on you. He can do that. He can say to 3,400,000 people on Sir David the Bard and the new cockroach disability, he can say that? He can't do it. And Shirley's going to say, oh, goddamn, I'm screwed. Yeah, Shirley, you and your department probably are screwed. I know you've been doing it that way all your life, but you know what? There's a new sheriff in town. It's called YouTube. It's called AI. It's called video cameras. It's called the cockroach and Sir David the Bard. There's a new sheriff in town. If you want to sue me, let's dance. Let's dance. All right, Shirley, you said I could make a video. I made a video. Let's let the public decide if I was treated properly. I'm gone.